channel and for the algorithm to help get this video out to other people on YouTube so that you can all enjoy it. But yeah, today we are going to be getting back into career mode. Last time we left off with Tyler Nelson just finishing his first amateur fight in the amateur tournament. It was a unanimous victory. We had 3 knockdowns in that fight, and we won by decision. So this time, we're going to be moving on to the quarterfinal, which is exciting, considering that, number one, with our skills being so still in the beginner phases, where we don't really have great stats or ratings or anything for our skills, that we're able to still get past the first round. But now that we're in the quarterfinal, we're going to be fighting what I thought was going to be a fairly tough fight. But it actually wasn't as bad as I initially thought. At this point, against Cleveland Lewis. So this is still the cruiserweight, because Tyler is a cruiserweight fighter. But for now, just because it is the tournament, we're just kind of fighting in, kind of like looks like in a bar that has a boxing ring just for amateur stuff and small time stuff. But Cleveland Lewis looks like he's got 11 wins, so he does have a few wins under his belt. At this point, we still don't really have any professional fights under our belt, so we don't really have any win-losses yet, just within the tournament, our 1 win. But yeah, let's get started. Ding ding. So I'm moving in around 1. Cleveland just comes right out, swinging right away. Takes a minute just to kind of find our ranges. We both had some pretty good head movement and some defense. So at times we were actually, we would land a punch and then miss and slip and roll and stuff like that. We did a couple of times get into it where we were just slugging it out. I always like in the first round to try to just feel things out with more of like a jab. Maybe jab once or twice in a row, throw that right cross. And then sometimes, once I kind of get a feel for how the fighter moves, if they're very quick, what kind of defense they have, the cross guard he's got here, he does drop his hands quite a bit, go to throw some big shots, and that's when I try to really get that nice big right hand in there and land a nice big shot. See if it can shake him up a little bit or cut him or something like that. I know last time I had mentioned that there's still quite a bit of improvement to be made with this game. It is still in early access. It is not in full release yet. But with this being the final major update, there are a few things that still definitely need to be cleaned up before it does come out in full. As you can see right here, we gave him a nice big shot that kind of rocked him. Now we weren't able to drop him here before the bell, but that's okay. That got us some good points and landed some good shots. And I think the first round was definitely, I think we definitely took the first round. But yeah, back to just some of the improvements that need to be tightened up a little bit and cleaned up. You'll notice at one point here, I think it's in the going into the third round, Cleveland's shorts kind of glitch through his body a bit, so you like see his leg. So it's a lot of stuff like that. If you remember in the last one, in our first fight, whenever the other guy got knocked down, his foot kind of went through his boot, and you could kind of see his foot, or his very low rendered foot, go through his boot, which was kind of weird. So it's a lot of smaller things like that that definitely need to be tightened up and cleaned up. Otherwise, it seems like it's come a long way. Like the AI actually seems like it's not all just throwing bombs, and at the same time not dodging every shot, depending on the skill of your opponent too, and their stats. But as you can see here, Cleveland does have some pretty good counter punching. Like there's a couple of times I throw and I miss my combo, and he'll come back and land a nice big left hand or something like that. Like he does switch stances by the looks of it a couple times too. Unless that's just from the camera angle that made it kind of look that way. But I think he switched from like orthodox to southpaw once or twice. But once again, I think we win round 2. He did land some good shots, as you can see at the end there. He does land a couple good body shots. But we landed quite a bit more, and quite a few more meaningful body shots and headshots. So now moving into round 3, as you can see, that's what I'm talking about. You can see on the back of his right and his left leg, his shorts kind of glitched through his leg a little bit. Those are the smaller things that need to be cleaned up, for sure. But otherwise, this has been a good fight. As we're in the amateur tournament, for now, they've only been 3-minute rounds. Sorry if you heard that door slam in the background. My roommate must have just got out. But yeah, pretty good fight. We do seem to dominate in this round. He does seem to miss quite a few more shots. We land a couple. He seems like he's not necessarily getting tired, because they only are 3-minute rounds. But at the same time, I did give him quite a few really good headshots. Like he is moving, so he is missing a few of them. A few of them are getting past his head, but he does land some good body shots. One thing I definitely need to work on is my ring control. Just, I find I'm fighting on the outside quite a bit. Like here, I'm in the middle, but it's because of the way that I do fight, where sometimes I'll throw a few, and then I'll try to move around a bit or back out, and not kind of sit in that pocket very much. So I don't really have the opportunity to always push them back or move them around. But right at the end of the fight here, we do get another big rock, which definitely solidified our victory. And once again, we are the winner by unanimous decision. So we've been doing really well so far in this amateur tournament. And as you'll see on the judges' scorecards, we won all 3 rounds by all 3 judges. So 30-27 for all 3 of the judges on their scorecard, which is pretty fair based on the amount of shots we landed. And the 2 rocks that we got there where we stunned him a bit and staggered him. a little bit of fame and a bit of an increase to some of her stats. So, we have once again moved on into the next round to the semifinals for the amateur boxing championship. So this time we're going to be fighting against Adam Lewis from the United Kingdom. Pretty sure it's the same venue. I'm pretty sure all these fights are at the same place. But Adam is quite a bit older by the looks of it, based on what looks like gray hair. And I think he definitely has a lot more, a greater number of fights under his belt than we do. It doesn't look like he's in as good a shape as Tyler. But if he is a little bit older, I can understand that. He's still in great shape.
And what I say you must obey. Good luck.
But he looks like he's a little bit lighter. Looks like we might have a few pounds on him.
Let's do it.
But right out the gate, he comes out and right away he likes to do this kind of lean and then throw. Like he'll duck out of the way and use that to kind of load up on his punches. You'll see he does it again there. And that was my biggest problem with Adam, as well as his punch speed. He's got real quick hands, so he was able to land a lot of shots on me. And in the first round here, he does land a real clean shot that ends up giving us a cut over our left eye, which kind of worried me, especially in the first round when these fights are so short. So I tried to stay in close with him, just to see if I could maybe tie him up a little bit, make it a little bit harder for him to, use a little bit of his weave, like his bob and weave kind of deal. But with his hand speed, he was able to throw a lot of shots really quick. And I realized right from the very start that this was going to be a much different fight than the last one. He's a lot more technical, and when he's got the speed, as you remember, I picked Slugger for Tyler's fight style, so he's got a lot more heavy-handed punches, and we didn't put a whole lot of points into his hand speed. So I'm trying to land, as you can see there, we land a really nice, good right hand. But that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to land some body shots, get him to drop his hands, then see if I can go up top. But he's so quick to get off a punch or two before I get the opportunity to throw a good combo. Because he'll interrupt me and end up catching me off guard. As you can see on our little bar on the left there, it said that we had the left cut over our left eye. Pretty sure it wasn't too bad in the first round, but Adam does get to land. He lands quite a few really good clean shots on us and on our face. That opens that cut back up again. And as you'll see by the end of round 2, we start to get a little more bloody. You'll see some of the on Tyler's chest and down his face. When that cut opened up, it bled quite a bit. And you'll see here, I'm trying to land shots, but Adam seems to be countering everyone. And if I do catch him, he throws one. But if I don't, he has really good defense. He's putting his hands up, and that little weave, it's hard to time that properly, so you can maybe slip out of it or slip away from a punch that comes from that. But he does like to move around quite a bit, so I'm trying to keep up with him, but he is quite a bit faster than I am. So for me, this was definitely the toughest fight out of the 3 so far, which makes sense because we're moving into the semifinals. So it would make sense that moving into these rounds, that your opponent's going to get tougher as you're getting better competition. But we do manage to land a few good punches on him, and gives us a little bit more of a fighting chance. As you can see there, you probably just saw on Tyler's face and down on his chest and his abs that cut opened up again. Yeah, you can really see it there now. And if you turn, yeah, when he turns his head a little bit, you can see where that cut opened up. But we are going to come back in this round. This has been a little bit more of a slugfest. As you can see, we're both throwing quite a few punches, and we're catching a lot of each other's punches. They're not all landing. We do land a couple. We land a nice 1-2, throw that hook to the body, and then a big shot to the head. But I kept missing with that power right. It just kept getting by his head. But then we really gave him a good shot. Big left hook. Gave him a couple shots to the head. When he put his hands up, we hit him to the body and we dropped him. And we gave him a nice little souvenir. We gave him a cut to go along with it. So now he's cut too. So we repaid Adam for the cut he gave us. So I try to go right at him, try to keep him in the corner. But then he decides to clinch, which I have not yet figured out how to get the hell out of a clinch, because it just drains your stamina. And I was literally mashing the buttons, like every button, flicking every joystick every which way, but I couldn't get out of it. So I have to figure out how to get out of those, because I've had that happen a couple of times now. One of them in the first fight, and now this one, now that we had Adam on the back foot. But then he starts landing a bunch of big headshots. And as you can see, our head health went way, way down. And he tries to clinch here again, and things got a little weird. Tyler kind of like leaned right out of the way. But I was trying to protect my head while still maybe trying to give him a real good shot. We gave him a nice little finishing hook to the body. But for all the blood that was spilled in that fight, we are once again winner by unanimous decision. For how tough of a fight that was, I didn't think it was going to be unanimous. I thought we were going to have a split decision. But they ranked 30. We won every round. 30 to 26 from every judge. So, winning the semifinals means we are on into the final, which is very exciting. If you want to take a look at any of the fight stats and punch stats, you can pause the video there to go through them a little more. Same as the previous one, if you want to do that. But we are on to the finals. So, with that being said, that will come in the next video, because that's a big deal to move into the finals, and we will see if we can win and take home the championship from this, the regional amateur boxing championship. If you liked the video, please consider subscribing, liking, commenting, all that stuff to spread these videos around and help the channel grow. And as always, we will see you in the next video when we fight DeAndre Martin for the final. And remember,